Okay, let's dive right in. Notion has just rolled out a massive update. We're talking version 3.0, and the star of the show is something they're calling the Notion AI agent. And trust me, this isn't just another AI that writes blog posts for you. It's a completely different way of thinking about your workspace.
So think about this for a second. Right now, is your workspace just a digital library? A passive place where you just dump documents and notes? Or could it be an active partner, a real teammate that actually works right there alongside you? That's the big question Notion 3.0 is making us all ask.
So what exactly is this AI agent? Well, it's built to be that digital teammate. The key word here is active. It doesn't just sit there waiting for a question. It actually does things. We're talking building databases, updating your project trackers, and pulling together information from all over your workspace, all by itself. It's a huge leap from the simple AI writing assistants we're used to.
So in this explainer, we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at what this new AI teammate really is. Then we'll get into its core powers. After that, we'll see it in action, check out the cost and what people are saying, and finally, we'll give you our verdict.
All right, let's get into it. Section 1, Notion's new AI teammate. The big idea here is that this AI isn't some generic tool. No, it's designed to understand the unique context of your workspace, your projects, your team, your whole way of working.
So what can this thing actually do? Well, it all comes down to a few core powers that really make it stand out. First up is what they call cross-app intelligence. We all know the pain of constantly switching between apps, right? Well, this agent wants to put an end to that. It can hook into your other tools, Slack, Figma, Google Drive, and pull all the latest updates into a single, clean summary right inside Notion. Just imagine getting the day's key design changes and team messages without ever having to leave your project board.
Next up, and this one is a huge deal, is database automation. You can literally ask the agent to build a complex client tracker from scratch, or go in and update hundreds of pages all at once. It can even read a dense PDF contract and automatically pull out the important dates, terms, and contacts into a nice, neat database. It's kind of like having an expert assistant who already knows all the shortcuts you don't.
And it goes way beyond just crunching data. The agent can actually be trained on your specific style. You just give it a style guide, and it'll learn your brand voice, your writing tone, even your team's core values. What that means is that any document it creates feels human and, more importantly, feels like it actually came from you.
Now, under the hood, Notion has packed in two really powerful AI models, GPT-5 and Claude Sonnet 4. And you can switch between them depending on what you're doing. Need to do some creative brainstorming? Use GPT-5. Need to analyze a complicated report? Just flip over to Claude. The best part is, this flexibility is built right in, so you're not paying for a bunch of separate AI tools. And get this, looking ahead, Notion is planning to let you build your own custom automated agents. I mean, just imagine an onboarding agent that automatically welcomes new hires and assigns their first tasks. Or a reporting agent that sends out a progress summary to your team every single Friday at 5 p.m. without you lifting a finger.
Okay, so the features sound pretty impressive, but how does all this stuff actually work in practice? Let's look at some real-world examples of the agent in action.
Take automated reporting. Instead of burning an hour every week hunting down updates, you can just ask the agent, hey, what's our progress this week? It'll scan all your project pages, pull the data, and spit out a full report in seconds. This quote here really captures that feeling of relief from all that tedious manual work.
And it doesn't stop there. People are using it to build entire marketing campaign systems in just minutes. It can look at your existing team pages and create a complete onboarding plan for a new hire. It can turn those dense legal documents into easy-to-scan trackers. And it keeps your daily to-do lists tidy and your project timelines up to date. The versatility is honestly pretty staggering.
Yo, how do you actually get started? It's really a 5-step process. First, you start the agent by clicking the icon. Second, you give it a very specific task. The more detailed you are, the better. Third, you can train it by creating a dedicated page with your style preferences. Fourth, connect your other tools to really unlock its full power. And finally, refine its outputs. The more feedback you give it, the smarter it gets. All right, let's talk about the two things that are probably on everyone's mind. How much does this all cost? And what are the first users saying about it?
So, to get unlimited access to the AI agent, you're going to need the business plan. And that comes in at $20 per user per month if you pay for the whole year. Now, the free and plus plans do give you 20 free responses to try it out, but that's really just a little taste.
And yeah, the difference is pretty stark. That $20 takes you from just 20 AI responses to completely unlimited. You also get access to both of those powerful AI models we talked about, and you unlock the full suite of automation features. It's a pretty big jump in both price and what it can do.
The early feedback is that classic mix of excitement and, well, hesitation. On one side, longtime users are calling it a game changer, saying it finally makes Notion feel like that active partner they've always wanted. But on the other side, people are quick to point out that it's not cheap, especially if you're already paying for other AI tools. Some also mention that it's still early days and maybe lacks a little bit of polish.
So all of that brings us to the final verdict. With all this information, should you actually make the leap to Notion 3.0?
Well, before we answer that, it's worth pointing out that Notion isn't the only player in this game. If you're more focused on really structured task management, ClickUp Brain is a super strong choice. If you live and breathe in documents and tables, Coda AI is excellent. And for personal knowledge management, Mem AI is incredibly smart. So yeah, there are other options out there.
So here's the bottom line. Is it worth it for you? Look, if your team is already running its whole life on Notion, then the answer is a resounding yes. The time you'll save on setup, reporting, and just general management can easily justify the cost. But if you're a lighter user, just taking notes and making simple lists, the standard plans are probably still more than enough for you.
Ultimately, this quote from the source material really says it best. This isn't just another minor update with a few new features. This is the moment Notion really transforms from being a passive tool into that active digital teammate we talked about at the beginning, one that thinks, organizes, and acts right there with you.
Which really just leaves us with one final question. When you look at your own workflow, your own frustrations, and your own goals, is it time to hire your digital teammate?